Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Wednesday, July 9th, 2024. So what do we have going on this morning? A little bit of fog, right? That one bum shot you showed looked a little bit like San Francisco. A scaled back version, I'm sure. But it did have the same vibes.
It had the same vibe, yeah. And in fact, that's happening in a lot of other areas around here as well. So let's take a look here what we've got going on for you. We've got patchy to dense fog. We also have a slight chance of shower activity. And with that, you're also going to be seeing that we're not going to hold on to a lot of that rainfall getting down to the ground. So it's going to be a tad warmer as well because, well, we have a building high pressure ridge starting to set up. Right now there's the fog. You can see low cloud actually kind of working into the area. Sparta, 0 visibility, 1 mile of visibility for Vogue Field extending to Black River Falls, Wisconsin Rapids, all the way up to the north. Ladysmith, 2 miles of visibility. Patchy fog there. In between, probably a little dense fog. Eau Claire, you're holding on to some patchy fog. Again, all the way down to Winona. Back to La Crosse, we're picking up that fog activity. Just as Alexandra just said, we're holding on to limited visibility extending down to Viroqua as well as portions of Boscobel this early morning. So please be careful out there and take it really slow. The radar is pretty dry right now. Nothing doing out there currently, but we are picking up some clouds from our good old friend Burl there. And as Burl starts to continue to track, we'll see that get out of our way heading towards Toronto. For us, though, we'll get up to highs around 84 degrees. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Have a good day.
All right, Art, thank you. Turning now to new information on what prompted emergency officials to enact a shelter-in-place order in Winona yesterday. According to police, officers responded to a report that 25-year-old Stig Orr allegedly assaulted someone with a sharp object on Junction Street before fleeing. This led police to issue a shelter-in-place order and send out emergency alerts to residents' phones while a manhunt was underway. Some confusion arose when Winona State University reportedly sent out a message stating there was an active shooter in the area.
I was on my way home from baseball practice and I was like, oh my, I sped home and because I didn't know what happened. Like I was imagining like, what if there's a sniper on the roof or something of somewhere? Like, I mean, I was just trying to get home with my life at that point.
Winona police later clarified there was no active shooter and the shelter-in-place order was lifted and apologized for the confusion and panic. Winona police later took Orr into custody around 9:30 last night near the 1100 block of Highway 61. The person who was assaulted was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Inside Wisconsin's only youth prison, adult charges against teens accused of assaulting staff are under review. Since January, at least 14 assault incidents have happened at Lincoln Hills Copper Lake schools. Most cases involve battery by prisoners charges. 2/3 of incidents happened at the girls' facility. Assaults often occur during room confinement or escorts. Reports show structured time and positive staff interactions reduce incidents. Today, the world is watching Washington, where President Joe Biden is hosting the NATO summit. It comes as the president is trying to put the debate over his performance 2 weeks ago to rest, telling members of his party he's firmly committed to staying in the race. Meanwhile, former President Trump is also back on the campaign trail. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest for us.
As the NATO summit kicks off today in Washington, President Joe Biden is working to end speculation over his health.
Has the president been treated for Parkinson's? No. Is he being treated for Parkinson's? No.
After declining to say why Dr. Kevin Kennard, a neurologist and Parkinson's specialist, had visited the White House 8 times in 8 months, last night, the president's personal physician sent a memo revealing Kennard had only examined Biden as part of his annual physical, adding the doctor also sees military personnel patients at the White House. This comes as the president himself has grown more defiant against calls from within the party that he drop out of the 2024 race.
We would be better off with another nominee.
If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
Biden also picking up support from more progressive Dems.
The matter is closed. He is in this race, and I support him.
In a series of recent calls with donors and lawmakers, the president maintained he's still the best candidate to beat former President Donald Trump this November. Former President Trump holds his first campaign event in over a week later today, with speculation growing over who he'll pick for his vice president. Last night, he told Fox News he'll announce soon.
I haven't made final decision, but I have some ideas as to where we're going.
This ahead of next week's Republican convention in Milwaukee.
And as we mentioned, the first day of the 2024 NATO summit is expected to start later today. Some are questioning about Ukraine's desire to join the organization. The Biden administration promises NATO will reveal new steps for Ukraine to overcome in order to become a member. Sources say a draft communique calls Ukraine's path to membership irreversible. Former U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations, Kurt Volker, says he doesn't think that means Ukraine will be a member anytime soon.
We've had now since 2008, 16 years of NATO saying Ukraine will be a member someday, but not really taking the step to invite them. That's what's going to happen again.
Volker says the sticking point is that NATO members pledge to defend each other in war, and the U.S. and other allies don't want to start a war with Russia. Also happening today, the jury trial for Alec Baldwin is set to start with jury selection. The actor is facing manslaughter charges in the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of the film Rust. It comes a week after a judge denied a pair of motions, saying that prosecutors mishandled evidence after the weapon was destroyed during FBI forensic testing. The judge also gave Baldwin's team a major victory, ruling that his role as a producer on the film won't be considered during the trial, one of the key parts of the prosecution strategy. We are learning more about a La Crosse County woman who was arrested on human trafficking charges. According to a criminal complaint, 28-year-old Chantel Kibler is facing multiple charges, including 4 counts of human trafficking. Allegedly, the victim sold drugs for Kibler's boyfriend, Dre Broadnax, in Wausau. After the victim lost some of Broadnax's money, he forced her to come to La Crosse. Kibler allegedly forced her to have sex with multiple men to, quote, earn his money back. She was able to escape and filed a report with police. Kibler is currently in jail on a $500,000 cash bond. 3 deans from Columbia University have been removed from their posts for text messages that included anti-Semitism. The university president said the incident took place back in May during a panel discussion of Jewish life at an alumni event. Columbia's dean was also involved in the incident, but will keep his title after he apologized. Pathways Home is a multi-agency effort aimed at bringing homelessness in La Crosse to functional zero by 2029. That would mean the number of people experiencing homelessness never exceeds the city's capacity to get them help. At yesterday's La Crosse County Board meeting, the project's leadership provided a 6-month progress report. Over that time, Pathways has established a housing connection process, launched a specialized county behavioral health unit, and gathered more reliable data on homelessness.
I'm just really impressed with the degree of infrastructure and research and work that's been done, and I have really high hopes for the plan, getting our community to the place that we need to be, little by little, and someday we'll get there. So
the project's major objectives for the rest of the year include creating a peer support plan and community housing. Last week, James Beebe took over as the new chancellor for UW-La Crosse, and while Beebe couldn't comment on the status of his predecessor, Joe Gao, he says he has big plans for the future, as News 8 Allison Fergit reports.
People have been very welcoming. It's been very nice. It's a beautiful town.
UW-La Crosse's newest chancellor is still getting to know the Cooley region.
The most important thing is to listen to folks, get to know, what's on the minds of individuals, what's on the minds of units, get to meet people.
He steps into the chancellor role during what's been called a difficult time for the university. In December, the UW Board of Regents fired former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao for appearing in online pornography. Beebe is hoping it doesn't distract from the university's goals.
I think stay focused on the job at hand, focus on the mission, and what are we here for? We're here for our students, to make sure that they are the center of all that we do.
Last month, the then interim chancellor Betsy Morgan said Gao damaged the university's reputation and hurt donations. It's something Beebe hopes to reverse.
I think to focus on what we do really well here, focusing on the positive things that UWL has done and will continue to do.
The Faculty Hearing Committee has still not released their decision on whether former Chancellor Gao should keep his tenure at the university. But when they do, Beebe can decide whether to recommend the UW Board of Regents fire his predecessor.
This is a personnel issue, so I really can't comment on that. It wouldn't be appropriate in my first week in particular to comment on things. So I would just say it will go through the process it needs to go through, and we'll see what happens.
Despite the ongoing controversy, Beebe is looking forward to a bright future at UWL.
What you have here is exceptional. You have very high quality academics. You have a budget that's balanced. You're in a very good university system, and you have folks that really care about the institution. You've got all the right ingredients.
And BB says UWL is one of only 3 UW schools with a balanced budget, and it's critical to keep that momentum. Time now is 6:09. Still ahead, Paramount and Skydance Media are finalizing a merge agreement. Frozen chicken is being recalled for a potential listeria risk, and a survey says Americans expect inflation prices to dip.
We're at the Fancy Food Show highlighting the latest trends in food. I'm Michael George with what might be on your dinner plate in the next year.
For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Italian land artist Dario Gambarin has created some new crop art to celebrate the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. The 2-acre-long Eiffel Tower and Olympic rings created in the Verona countryside. He says he hopes his latest work was dedicated to peace in hopes that sports will unite people all over the world. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news is after the break.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Cue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Hey Nick, what's your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on GNC to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about GNC heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
GNT, the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to GNT.
Transform your home's exterior and boost curb appeal with River Valley Remodelers Next Generation Siding. Ascend Composite Cladding combines the look of real wood with superior performance, offering durability, energy efficiency, and foam backing. This first-of-its-kind solution ensures beauty, performance, and easy installation. For every siding job booked now until July 31st, we'll be donating $500 to the ORA Bike Playground Project right here in West Salem. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home. Build our community.
At Ultra Federal Credit Union, we have a fair number of employees that travel quite a bit. Our employees' time is probably our most valuable asset at the credit union. Respecting their time is important, so convenience, getting in and out, ease of travel is probably our #1 priority, followed by the economics of it. We look at the La Crosse Regional Airport as being very convenient. You do not have the mileage expense, the parking expense, the additional hotel expense, the overnight travel, so that's why we consider coming out of here.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Cue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Well, good morning to you. Patchy to dense fog across the region today. In fact, please take it slow out there because there'll be some areas where you're just kind of going through patchy fog, then you'll kind of dip down or rise up in your car, and you'll wind up getting into some dense fog quickly on top of you. So please be careful. All right, slight chance of some showers today. You may see some of those pop up across the region as in the form of scattered showers, and then it'll be pretty light though. We may not get a lot of that on the ground. In fact, we'll even see warming conditions coming in as we go deeper into the week here. Today will be a couple of degrees warmer. All right, that being said, let's take a quick peek as to what's happening out there right now. We have the fog activity. I need to click this because I just closed that computer, and we'll start it all over again for you. There you go, some fog and low cloud activity all the way from the north extending into Red Wing. You have 2 miles visibility from Ladysmith down to Eau Claire, also Red Wing, Winona, getting all the way down into La Crosse with 1 mile of visibility, so please take it slow. dense fog in Sparta. You're also seeing patchy to dense fog going into Vogue Field, as well as portions of Wisconsin Rapids to Marshfield. So all across the region here, you're looking at some pretty patchy to dense fog, so take it slow. That being said, your current temperatures right now, widespread in the 60s for you. Pretty comfortable. Lady Smith still holding on to 59 degrees. Not too bad. Wausau doing the same thing, 59 degrees there. 58 Black River Falls. La Crosse at 66 right now. It's good enough to get out and walk the dog. You're also going to be seeing holding on to some winds that are going to be fairly light, calm right across the board. I wish I was that calm right about now. Hey, take a look as we get into Eau Claire. You're looking at patchy fog getting into a little bit of sunshine, maybe a sprinkle or two to a shower. You'll get into the late morning hours to 75 degrees for you. And then back into La Crosse we go. Partly cloudy skies with some limited cloud cover for the day. You'll also see going into the afternoon, we're starting off at 77 degrees at 11 a.m. So get ready for it. It's going to be a good looking day. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, movie studio Paramount is agreeing to merge with Skydance Media. The agreement, worth $4.7 billion, would result in the control of the Paramount empire, which includes a number of cable channels like Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, and MTV. Al Safa U.S. is recalling more than 2,000 pounds of frozen, ready-to-eat chicken, according to the USDA. Routine testing found the Al Safa halal chicken may be contaminated with listeria. There have been no reports of illness, but the USDA says you should not eat this chicken. Americans expect inflation to continue to wane during the next year. That's according to a new consumer survey data released yesterday by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The survey, conducted in June, found that year-ahead inflation expectations declined for the second month in a row. It went to 3% from 3.1%. Those surveyed said they expect prices to rise much more slowly for food, gas, rent, medical expenses, and things like that. Every year, top names in the food industry gather to show off the latest and greatest trends in food. Michael George took a bite out of some of those offerings to see what may be headed for your snack shelf and dinner table.
That's fantastic. If you're a food lover, this is heaven. It's the Summer Fancy Food Show in New York, where top trends were on the tables. America's snack cravings continue, with a hankering for innovative combinations and international ingredients, like Dusra, an Indian snack mix of chickpea flour puffs, peanuts, spices, and white chocolate.
We're trying to bring Indian nostalgia, but I'm combining it with my French culinary background to bring new flavors.
Specialty Food Association President Bill Lynch says elevated home cooking is on trend. People are spicing up their own creations because they're eating out less.
Consumers, with the inflation impact and whatnot, are maybe cutting back on costs in terms of going out to restaurants.
One example, these flavored butters by Aga S'more.
You can cook with the butters. You can put them as a finisher on a steak or a piece of chicken.
Creator Annika Gusterman Amon had a sample cardamom butter.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good.
And the heat is on, with hot and spicy ingredients everywhere. Like jerky, spicy jerky with a unique texture.
When you take a bite of it, it's the texture of a chip. The fat melts in your mouth, and you still get that beefiness.
You've heard of plant-based meat, but what about squid? We tried these plant-based fried calamari from Beanstalk.
Can you make plant-based seafood?
Yes, you can. Plant-based seafood is actually a long tradition in Asian cuisines.
Toss in a dash of honey, global influences, or anything fruit-forward. All are trending. And whether it's meals, snacks, or beverages, better-for-you products continue to deliver. If you're eager for a taste, you shouldn't have to wait too long. The next stop for some of these fancy foods is your grocery store.
That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:18. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
All right, my friend, as we go into it here, we're looking at that fog and low cloud activity kind of spilling into La Crosse right now and working all the way into the background there. You can see a little bit extra fog out in the distance there over the ground. As we get into it here, take a look. We'll see how this all plays out for us. I want to show you here, patchy to dense fog expected today. You guys already know that. Slight chance of showers expected. That's going to come out of Minneapolis and work its way toward us here to La Crosse. And it'll be very light indeed today. A tad bit warmer as well. We're going to bump up a couple of degrees degrees here. Still tracking Burl here. That continues on toward the Midwest and into Toronto. It's already carrying over some moisture in the upper atmosphere there. We'll get some clouds out of that down to our south. You can see this kind of bubbling a little bit closer here as a low pressure system eventually as we go through today. And then eventually stronger storm activity possibly sweeping to near Chicago and then getting right out over the Great Lakes. And then on it goes over to Toronto, continuing on pushing that moisture over there. Across you can see we pick up a little bit of rainfall, but not associated with Burl. That's coming out of the north, and that's going to spill on us as well. It'll be all the way into a couple of days here, possibly going into Friday, and then maybe even, of course, Friday night going into early Saturday morning. Take a look here as we have the radars pretty light right now. Not much going on there currently, and that'll be the day pretty much going into about 3 o'clock before we see a little bit of showers coming back. You see them kind of spilling in, coming out of Minneapolis eventually, and there they are, working their way over to Red Wing, but drier air is associated with that as well. So you see the clearing of the skies. You got cloud cover from Burl right here, and in between all of that, well, that dry slot's going to continue to just kind of keep that rainfall from hitting the ground. It's going to just dry it right on out. So as we get into it here, take a look as we finish out the day going into Wednesday. In fact, you're going to see conditions to be pretty nice as well. Similar conditions, 84 degrees yet again there. As far as rain is concerned due to Burl, well, what we're expecting from the rainfall we get out of this from what we expect coming in for Wednesday, we're looking at maybe a quarter of an inch to at least maybe an inch of rainfall or less. That being said, look what Burl just stretches in its wake there out in the distance. That's up to about 5 to 15 inches of rainfall, probably by 12 by the time we finish out with all that drier air coming underneath. Highs today, 80s, widespread low to middle 80s. We'll also be picking up highs for Wednesday as well. Same thing, not much change at all. As your 8-day forecast takes you right into it here, you're looking at 84, 84, 84 with some showers, possibly as we finish out the next couple of days and go into Thursday, Friday with plenty of sunshine out there. Really nice days ahead with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s going into Saturday. You see 89 degrees with a 30% chance of shower activity. Sunday looks to be dry for now, but still up in the air with uncertainty, so there could be a shower or two possible going into Sunday as a maybe 20 to 30% chance. And then you see by Monday, a 30% chance of showers and storms. You're looking at 90-degree heat and then dropping back down to at least Tuesday with 84 degrees and more sunshine on the way. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Coming up after the morning sports blitz, we'll look at a common birth defect affecting babies' lips and mouths, learn about the risk factors for cleft lip and palate, and what expectant mothers can do to reduce their risk.
Coming up in the Blitz, the Loggers look to snap a 4-game losing streak, plus one of the wildest Legion baseball games you'll maybe ever see. Coming up right after this.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Are your toilets in need of an upgrade? Not only can older toilets be uncomfortable, they can also clog more and increase your utility bills. At Maxwell White, we offer professionally trusted Kohler toilets. Our popular best-selling toilet is the Kohler Highline, available in various heights to provide ultimate accessibility and ease of use. Don't wait. Start enjoying the exceptional power, innovation, and water-saving sustainability of a new Kohler toilet. Trust the toilet experts at Maxwell White. Plumbing done right. Call today.
When it comes to your business, off is not an option. Off means time and money lost. To move forward and grow, you need to be on time, on budget, so you can come out on top. Batteries Plus has the national scale to fulfill all your battery and power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business. Visit one of our 700+ stores today.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Chart your career with a welding position at Chart Industries. Do you have a year or more of welding experience? Starting wages up to $35 per hour. We have the job for you. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The election season is heating up, and both sides have framed the stakes. Join us each week as we look at the issues and the voters in the 7 swing states that will decide this election.
Mondays at 6:30 on My 8. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
No one's telling the truth.
I've seen a lot of crazy things in my life.
Spend a little time watching my show. You'll see a lot more. $1,000. Have a good day. Whoa. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Weekdays at noon on My 8.
Welcome to the Blitz. Over the weekend, some of our area teams were going head-to-head for the Viroqua Legion baseball tournament. The Viroqua 138ers would go on to win the tournament, but now that that's over, it was time for Legion softball to take center stage at the Park Bowl. Let's go there. Viroqua Post 138 going up against Westby Coon Valley. Pick it up in the second inning. Westby already with an early lead. Kylie Molidal steps in and she lines one out to left field. That gets down. She's in with a stand-up double. And after a sac bunt, Ava Berg steps in. Ground ball to third. Berg going to be safe on the play. A run comes in to score. Westby goes up by 5. Viroqua then trying to mount the comeback. 2 runners on for Allie Olson. She lines one over the head of the third baseman. Both runners come in to score. Viroqua cuts the deficit to just 3. But in the 5th inning, Westby is going to add some insurance runs on the board here. Runner on second for Lauren McDowell. She goes back up the middle. 1 run comes in to score as Westby would run away with this one 8-3, the final. All right, on to the baseball side. Post 52 hosting Arcadia Post 17. And we'll begin this highlight with a bang, courtesy of the bat of Connor Weltzine. That ball is absolutely smashed to right field. That makes the Arcadia deficit just 3. But Post 52 gets that run back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cal Hargrove ropes one back up the gut to make it 13-9 Lacrosse. The visiting bats of Post 17 delivered in the clutch last night. Ryan Gardo down to the last strike of the game. He steps up. That single to right brings in 2 and ties this thing up. To extras we go. Post 52 walked Weltzine to get to Maverick Draskowski. He brings in another, so Post 52 needs 1 to tie. Kobe Safran now drops down a bunt with a man on third, and that'll do the trick just fine to even us up one more time. And I tell you, this might have been the craziest game of the year, but in the 9th inning, it's Gardo again. Arcadia scores 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and a safety to win this one by 2. Post 52 would win game 2, 3-1. All right, Loggers in action in Rochester looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, and this will not help that cause. First inning, Maddie Thomas gives this one a ride to the apartments back there with the bases juiced. Honkers go by 4 runs. Lacrosse would cut the deficit in half in the 4th. Ryan Kucherak sits on the breaking ball and sends out a big fly of his own. That makes it 6-2 Rochester. In the 7th, Derek Mitchell up at the bat. He rips one. That is going to be a double to score another pair. That would be all the offense the Loggers could muster as they fall 6-4. That'll do it for the Blitz. See you tonight.
Hey, Dominic here to ask, do you love salt but need to cut back on all that sodium? Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing is the answer, and it's recommended by doctors and dietitians for those on low sodium diets. It tastes like regular salt but with so much less sodium. Use it just like your table salt. Great on corn on the cob, tomatoes, watermelon, and yeah, you could even use it on French fries and everything else you love to salt. Be sure to get your Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing and 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Get out of here.
Improving your home, improving your life with quality for less. Don't be fooled by free installation or buy this and get that free. Be assured this baloney is the road sign to high prices. Discover what thousands of your friends and neighbors have for over 30 years. The best price today and every day on windows and doors, bathrooms and kitchens, siding and gutters, sunrooms, decks, and pergolas. Call or visit the board store for a prompt free estimate. 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse, since 1989.
Wow, Forest Berry Fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today, a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Make summer unforgettable with help from Menards. Whether you're soaking up the sun or relaxing indoors, we have what you need to get you ready for summer fun. From creating the perfect place to entertain family and friends to stocking up on your favorite summer essentials. Menards is your one-stop shop for your next summer adventure. Check out all the hot deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Download the News 8000 app today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
In your morning medical news, it's one of the most common birth defects. Cleft lip affects thousands of babies every year, according to the CDC, but there are ways to reduce that risk. Mandy Gaither has what you know about this birth defect and ways to help prevent it.
It happens when a baby's lip or mouth doesn't fully form during pregnancy. Cleft lip is an opening in a baby's upper lip, and cleft palate is in the roof of a baby's mouth.
All of this is happening early on in pregnancy during the first trimester.
Dr. Colin Brady is a pediatric facial surgeon with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. He says the cause of cleft lip and cleft palate aren't fully known, but there are a variety of risk factors, including smoking or drinking alcohol during pregnancy, having diabetes before pregnancy, certain medications in the first trimester, obesity, and certain infections during pregnancy.
One thing that we know for certain is that a family history of cleft is certainly a risk for subsequent generations. Having cleft and cleft lip and palate can often run in a family.
To reduce risk, March of Dimes says folic acid should be taken before and during pregnancy. The organization recommends 400 micrograms every day before pregnancy and 600 micrograms when pregnant. Before pregnancy, get to a healthy weight and make sure vaccinations are up to date. During pregnancy, don't smoke or drink alcohol. Make sure medications are safe and get prenatal care early and often.
Early findings of this on 3D ultrasonography and some of the newer modalities that we have can at least lend parents an ability to take some time to get their expectations kind of set before the child is born.
A child born with a cleft lip or cleft palate can have surgery to get the birth defect repaired, but Dr. Brady says it's important that the team has a child of doctors to help with potential future issues, things like dental development, speech problems, and jaw growth. A new study finds people taking Mounjaro lost more weight and were more likely to reach specific weight loss targets than those taking Ozempic. Researchers found although both medications helped patients achieve weight loss, Mounjaro was more effective. Although both drugs have been approved by the FDA to treat weight loss, a new study only looked at doses that treat type 2 diabetes. The maker of Ozempic criticized that study, saying it compares the diabetes version, not its weight loss version, Wegovy. People across Las Vegas are enduring some dangerous record-breaking heat. According to preliminary data from the National Weather Service on Sunday, Sin City felt like hell after temperatures reached 120 degrees for the first time in recorded history. What happens in Vegas apparently stays in Vegas, as the high record-breaking temps are expected to hang around for the week. 18,500 passengers took a ride on Borealis trains in the first month of service, according to Amtrak Midwest. The Borealis trains made their debut in May, offering connecting rides from St. Paul to Chicago with new stops in La Crosse and Tomah. The train makes 8 stops a day. Passengers can catch a train from La Crosse to Chicago daily at 2:16 p.m. A workshop at Viterbo is helping build conflict management skills. The Greater La Crosse Area Diversity Council, commonly called GLADC, hosted the event. The workshop focused on navigating conflict, understanding power dynamics, and overcoming cultural barriers. GLADC's executive director says its goal is to help workplaces create a culture of inclusion.
The Greater La Crosse Area Diversity Council is here to make sure that it's providing the services so that the local organizations can learn more about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then create a culture of inclusion within the workplaces.
According to GLADC, the event was perfect for leaders, managers, and anyone looking to promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace. We continue our monthly top-notch teacher segment with a visit to a Winona Elementary School where a second grade teacher's patience and energy can light up his classroom.
Jefferson Elementary School teacher Kyle Martin was in for a surprise at a morning assembly.
The top-notch teacher award goes to Mr. Martin. Come on down, Mr. Martin.
And if the applause is anything to go by,
everyone loves Mr. Martin.
Martin has taught second grade at Jefferson for 9 years. He's basically been destined to teach.
My mom taught PE and my dad was a drafting and a woods teacher, and spent a majority of my life in elementary school and in the high school.
Whether he's in his classroom or coaching varsity boys basketball at Winona Senior, making connections is the name of his game.
Building relationships, having a place where my second graders feel safe, they feel heard, they feel listened to. A love of learning is something I try to inspire.
Something his colleagues say he inspires every day.
He's the guy that, you know, they see in the hallway and they want to tell him about something cool that happened, or they want to give him a high five.
Those kiddos that might be struggling a little bit, if they go to Mr. Martin and get their hug, they are much better, smiling and having a great day.
And his students agree.
Doing math, seeing him, and giving him hugs. And he gives us popcorn every single Friday. He taught me how to play basketball.
Those moments stick with those kids as they grow up. Even after 9 years, Martin says he'll have past students come right up to him.
That means a lot to me that they remember me, they remember some things we have done. Oftentimes they'll remember things that I kind of forgot, so it's a good conversation.
It's a reminder that each day of school, his approach can make a difference.
It's watching a student go through something hard and having that success and the smile on their face, learning new things and knowing that they can do things and they can change the world if they want to.
If you have a teacher you'd like to nominate, head to news8000.com. The left-hand menu screen has a top-notch teacher option if you hover over the Features tab. The time now is 6:37. Here's News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect on our morning commute.
All right, take a look at this. I have a time lapse of about an hour ago, just having this fog work into La Crosse for you. Currently, you put it into motion, kind of zip right through it here to current time. That's a look at your fog right there this early morning, all the way out in the distance there. In fact, what we have currently here for you, patchy to dense fog, slight chance of a shower. And of course, as I mentioned, some of that's going to dry out before it even reaches the ground. Tad bit warmer today, too. A couple of degrees warmer than what we picked up yesterday. You see the fog all the way down to Eau Claire now. Dense fog, Red Wing, dense fog, extending down to Black River Falls. No surprise there. Sparta, dense fog. La Crosse, just about to click over to patchy to dense fog there. You have Viroqua, 4 miles visibility, and extending down to Boscobel where you're in dense fog there. So please take it slow on your morning commute if you're heading on out late. In fact, you're going to be seeing current temperatures right now widespread in the upper 50s to the middle 60s in some cases. It is really nice outside, and I know it's calm winds out there, so it almost feels like earthquake weather for me. I'm from California, so that's what it kind of feels like right now. So I'm gonna stop on wood there. As we get into Eau Claire, you're looking at partly cloudy skies there. Your dense fog, as I've mentioned, and it'll turn patchy soon and then break up, and then we'll see some clearing skies for you. We'll also see La Crosse holding on to at least partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies by the 7 a.m. hour, then getting back down to at least some partly cloudy skies with sunshine on the way. 77 degrees to get into the 11 o'clock hour for you. How about that, though? We get into the highs for today. Well, we're looking at temperatures get up to 84 degrees. Yikes. We may even see that tomorrow as well as you get into it. Tuesday looking pretty good as we go into Wednesday. Yep, pretty much the same thing on the way here. You're looking at highs around 82 to about 84 degrees. Get out, enjoy it if you can. Be safe out there. Back to you. All right, coming up in our Buzz Report, more than 250 items from the Barbie universe are on display at London's Design Museum. More to come on the popular doll's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Barbie. And what sorts of things one can expect to see at the display. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every day we battle illegal drugs coming into our community.
And we know the attacks on Tammy Baldwin are not true.
Tammy's working with law enforcement to stop the flow of fentanyl.
She brought Democrats and Republicans together
to crack down on drugs coming from China and Mexico,
giving us more tools to fight drug smugglers.
And Tammy voted 32 times to strengthen the border.
Don't believe the attacks.
It's Tammy Baldwin I trust to keep Wisconsin safe.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
For over 5 decades, Jim's Truck and Trailer in Winona has been your solution for everything transportation related. In 1971, my dad Jim recognized truckers and families needed a reliable partner who will have their vehicle road ready. Still family owned and operated, our mission has never wavered. Whether your ride is a truck and trailer, auto transportator, charter bus, or RV, Jim's Truck and Trailer's fleet of ASE certified technicians can handle any issue or upgrade. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Hi folks. Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. Looking for equipment with the power and the ability to go where other equipment can't? Look no further than Altos. Our high-quality Altos tracked and wheeled zero-turn mowers give you the ability to handle the most difficult terrains, slopes, lowlands, and hills with unmatched rider comfort and style. 0% 48-month financing available. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
At Driven to Clean, our goal is fast, efficient cleaning of your trash bins and dumpsters. Our high-powered wash system and autonomous trucks kill almost 99% of all bin bacteria, using 200-degree pressurized water to blast away germs and residue. We come the day after trash or recycling pickup for residential services and pre-schedule for commercial. Once completed, you'll have the cleanest bins around. Check out our plans and pricing at driventoclean.com.
At River Valley Remodelers, we know that the bathroom is the most personal space in your house. That's why we don't come in with preconceived ideas or cookie-cutter installs. We'll sit down and talk with you about your needs and dreams. Whether it's a tub or shower or an entire bathroom design, we'll take the time to talk with you and get things just the way you want it. For a limited time, get a free shower door or a color upgrade with your shower purchase. So let's talk about the most personal room in your house. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home, build our community.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I had to start engineering my own arch support. So I got that, then I put this in there, this one. Finally, before I added another one of these in, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. And if I'd have just gone to Good Feet, I'd have been better off in the first place.
Good Feet Arch Supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
All right, and away we have temperatures holding on to at least, well, sunny skies to partly cloudy conditions today as we get into tomorrow as well. Take a look at what we've got going on for you. If we finish this out here, we're looking at conditions to be like this. We'll go into Eau Claire, and we're looking at the possibility of cloud cover to be mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies, and eventually we'll see those clouds get out of the way. Sunshine will prevail for you. We'll get increasing clouds for La Crosse through this morning, and then we'll see them go back down to partly cloudy skies, and possibly by the time we get into the evening hours, you're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, then mostly cloudy skies to finish the night. But we're looking at highs today about 84 degrees. Highs for Tuesday today, you can see them right here as I showed you before, partly cloudy conditions. We're also looking at those conditions to stay with us today and tomorrow and possibly the next day. Yeah, we're looking at 84 degrees for Wednesday as well. Maybe a few showers possible, maybe a storm out of that too, but still with drier air working into the forecast, it is not likely that that will continue. And that's what we've got going on for your forecast. All right, so we've got our Buzz Report coming up, right?
In our Morning Buzz Report, more than 250 items from the Barbie universe are on display at London's Design Museum to commemorate the popular doll's 65th birthday. The exhibit showcases Barbie's changing appearance, designs sketches and dream houses from her classic designs to the newer fashion in the Barbie movie. Barbie in her various incarnations will be on display through late February. And speaking of Barbie actress Margot Robbie is expecting her first child. Multiple sources confirmed the news to People magazine. She is expecting with husband and director Tom Ackerley. Representatives for the two stars did not respond to a request for comment. Over here.
The network is rescinding its offer. What? Why? Your background check came back. You were convicted of drunk driving. This is a driving show.
The film 60 Miles North tells the story of Edward Crawford, the man originally hired to be the host of the popular game show Cash Cab. Crawford wrote, produced, and stars in the drama that takes him to his hometown, 60 miles north of New York City, to rebuild his life. 60 Miles North is available on demand today.
If you're ever feeling down, my friends, I just want you to remember that you are the only you.
Melissa Etheridge takes fans behind the scenes at the Topeka, Kansas Correctional Facility in a two-part documentary, Melissa Etheridge, I'm Not Broken. The Grammy Award-winning singer organized and performed a concert there after 5 incarcerated women wrote her letters asking her to compose an original song for them. The documentary streams on Paramount Plus today. There's something I was going to ask you about.
What's that?
One of those stories, now I can't remember which one.
All right.
Which one stuck out and screamed art at me.
Wow, I am not an aficionado anymore. Nope, sorry, can't help you.
And before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. We have Cameron turning 8 years old. He loves to go camping and helping out in the garden. Happy birthday, Cameron.
All right, well done, Cameron. Well, if you know someone special that's turning, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. The time now is 6:46. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is coming up next.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, a CBS News and ProPublica investigation to a state-funded anti-abortion program where you may be surprised to see how your tax money is being spent. And Anthony, as in Mason, meets up with Dolly, as in Parton, in Dollywood for a personal tour of a new attraction that reflects her iconic 5-decade career, and only on CBS Mornings. And you know we love when that happens. We're going to be joined by the legendary track and field star. There she is, Allison Felix, looking good. She'll tell us how she's changing things for the next generation of athletes and new parents. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones.
Pilgrims is growing, and we want you to be part of a successful, stable, and safe company. We're offering higher wages and more pay incentives than ever before. Stop into our recruitment office any day to apply, or walk in on Wednesdays for an immediate interview. Help us feed the world while we provide you a safe work environment, stable and essential employment, and steady pay. Apply at pilgrims.com today or anytime at 502 West Main Street, Arcadia, Wisconsin.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best. Serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
We provide specialty level care in anything from wisdom tooth removal to dental implant placement to more complex corrective jaw surgeries.
Trying to make it as easy of an experience as you can go through. We're the most experienced clinic in the region for these types of procedures. If you or your family member needs wisdom teeth removed, tooth extraction, dental implants, you found the right place. We'd be happy to see you here.
We work closely with your general dentist. Have a discussion with your dentist about a referral to us.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack! It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage for free?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Trius app today.
When the threat is real.
All right, we still have another tornado warning now.
First Warn Weather is here for you.
So we're going to continue to monitor this once again.
It's in the name, keeping you safe before and as it happens.
And then for the morning commute, we're looking at heavy rain potential.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. On air, in your hand, and online. When you need us.
We'll continue to update you throughout the night with a severe weather outbreak.
Celebrating 70 years, we're News 8 Now.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes, to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. Showing girls that anything is possible.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
Teachers make all the difference in the world. And like people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
I love a good surprise.
Oh my God!
See the people, they're here for you. Ladies, let's go.
It don't matter.
Weekdays at 4 on News 8.
When the threat is real.
All right, we still have another tornado warning now.
First Warn Weather is here for you.
So we're going to continue to monitor this once again.
It's in the name, keeping you safe before and as it happens.
And then for the morning commute, we're looking at heavy rain potential.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. On air, in your hand, and online. When you need us.
We'll continue to update you throughout the night with a severe weather outbreak.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for your morning news now. Starting with new information on what prompted emergency officials to enact a shelter-in-place order in Winona yesterday. According to police, officers responded to a report that 25-year-old Stig Zohr allegedly assaulted someone with a sharp object on Junction Street before fleeing. This led police to issue a shelter-in-place order and send out emergency alerts to residents' phones while a manhunt was underway. Some confusion arose when Winona State University reportedly sent out a message stating there was an active shooter in the area.
I was on my way home from baseball practice, and I was like, oh my! I sped home, and because I didn't know what happened. Like I was imagining, like, what if there's a sniper on the roof or something of somewhere? Like, I mean, I was just trying to get home with my life at that point.
Winona police later clarified at 8:20 there was no active shooter and the shelter-in-place order was lifted and apologized for the confusion. Police later took Ure into custody around 9:30 last night near the 1100 block of Highway 61. The person who was assaulted was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. A top Parkinson's disease specialist met with President Biden's physician at the White House earlier this year. White House visitor logs show the Walter Reed Medical Center neurologist visited the White House at least 8 times since last August. The visitor logs did not provide reasons for the visit, including if they were in reference to the president. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says Biden had been seen by a neurologist 3 times during his presidency, and each was around the time of his physical. Happening today, the first day of the 2024 NATO summit in Washington will start, leaving some questions about Ukraine's desire to join. The Biden administration promises NATO will reveal new steps for Ukraine to overcome in order to become a member of the alliance. Sources say a draft communique calls Ukraine's path to membership, quote, irreversible. Former U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations, Kurt Volker, says he doesn't think that means Ukraine will be a member anytime soon.
We've had now since 2008, 16 years of NATO saying Ukraine will be a member someday, but not really taking the step to invite them. That's what's going to happen again.
Volker says the sticking point is that NATO members pledged to defend each other in war, and the U.S. and other countries don't want to start a fight with Russia. Also during the conference, President Biden is set to have his first meeting with the new British Prime Minister Keir Starmer tomorrow. Alsafa U.S. is recalling more than 2,000 pounds of frozen, ready-to-eat chicken. According to a notice from the USDA, routine testing found the Alsafa halal chicken may be contaminated with listeria. There have been no reports of illnesses, but you should not eat the chicken. Chancellor James Beebe is taking over the role after former Chancellor Joe Gao was fired for appearing in online pornography. While Gao's tenure is up in the air, Beebe is staying focused on the future. When asked about what it's like to become a university's leader during a difficult time, Beebe stressed the importance of staying focused on the university's goals.
I think to focus on what we do really well here, focusing on the positive things that UWL has done and will continue to do.
The Faculty Hearing Committee has still not released its decision on whether former Chancellor Gao should keep his tenure at the university, but when they do, Beebe can decide whether to recommend the UW Board of Regents fire his predecessor. 18,500 passengers took a ride on Borealis trains in the first month of service. According to Amtrak Midwest, the Borealis trains made their debut in May, offering connecting rides from St. Paul to Chicago with new stops in La Crosse and Tomah. The train makes 8 stops a day. Passengers can catch a train from La Crosse to Chicago daily at 2:16.
All right, speaking on the move here, well, Beryl, tropical depression Beryl, still making a move, heading up towards the Midwest, and then off to Toronto it goes. It will get some showers coming, well, you would think from Beryl, but no, they're coming from Canada. And with that, well, take a look here. We've got some fog, low cloud activity associated with what's going on out there right now. Calming winds and some clearing skies, and that brings in the fog to dense fog in some cases this morning. We have some showers on the way, but you can see them kind of drying out as they come out of Minneapolis. And temperatures today, well, Tuesday, we're looking at 80s, and we may see that yet again. Middle 80s across the board into Thursday, and then we wind up getting into Friday as well with 86 degrees with more sunshine leading into your weekend.
All right, well, today is National Sugar Cookie Day. The popular baked good was first called the Nazareth cookie after the Pennsylvania town where it originated. German Protestant bakers may have brought the recipe with them when they immigrated to America in the mid-1700s. You can celebrate today by posting pictures of your favorite recipe with the hashtag National Sugar Cookie Day. Our producer Andrew was kind enough to bring us some sugar cookies. So yeah, we get to celebrate the day.
Yay. Thank you, Andrew.
And thank you, Andrew. Yes, and thank you for joining us this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day. National.